This just in, the Minnesota Twins can swing the bat. Last night's first inning saw the Twins rack up 9 hits and 8 runs, and the game was over before it really began. But tonight, the Red Hot Twins have to face Ryan Vogelsong. Vogelsong features an ERA under 2, and he's pitching like an all-star. It's Vogelsong, Twins, next. Another night back here at AT Park. Good night for baseball as we get ready for the Minnesota Twins and the San Francisco Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Giants trying to get over a tough loss last night. And tonight, when you look at these two pitchers, Vogelsong pitching as good as anybody on this Giants staff, and you can say the same thing about Nick Blackburn.
Well, Nick Blackburn was 1-4 in April, and since that April, he hadn't lost. He's 5-0 in the last 2 months. But you know, this is a game. If you're Ryan Vogelsong, you know, you have to understand that your team is last in baseball in scoring runs. And what that means to you is it's very important that you get into the game early. You don't have the luxury of going out there and trying to see what's working. You have to establish everything you have early, and you've got to throw early zeros on the board, because when your team's struggling, it's very important that you do not let them get down in a game early, and that'll be the key tonight. However, I will say this. In Vogelsong's 10 starts, Giants are 7-3.
All right, Giants looking to snap a 5-game losing streak. When we come back, Amy G is going to take a look at a bullpen last night that was absolutely fabulous. Amy G and the bullpen after this.
Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by AT and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Well, the hot weather has subsided. It's a cool evening in the Bay Area, and your San Francisco Giants look to bounce back after dropping Game 1 of this 3-game interleague series against the Minnesota Twins. Welcome back to AT Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and the silver lining on last night's 8-run first-inning game was the San Francisco bullpen. Guillermo Mota, Santiago Casilla, Jeremy Affeldt, and Sergio Romo all combined for 8 2/3 innings of 1-run ball. I spoke with Romo about what he thought the key was to this bullpen's success.
For me, there's no personal agendas or personal goals, but to be a consistent figure in that bullpen, a consistent contributor, when I'm called upon. And I know my teammates feel the same way. We just want to contribute. We just want to help out. Winning is the main priority, and as of right now, it's whatever it takes to win.
Well, Bruce Bochy credited Guillermo Mota, who threw 4 2/3 innings last night, with saving the bullpen. The Giants hand the ball over to their starting pitcher, Ryan Vogelsong, tonight. First pitch will come up in moments, but first we're going to get a Sportsnet Central update coming up right after these messages. Stay with us.
as the Giants getting ready to take the field. Our game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. The fog is back, so it's 62 degrees. We have winds at 11 miles per hour, humidity at 72%, and it is foggy, and we are okay with that.
It's who we are.
All right, here's the Twins lineup. Winners last night. It'll be Ben Revere to lead things off, followed by Alexi Casilla. Joe Mauer will bat third. Then it's Michael Kadire. You see the numbers, by the way, for Casilla. He's got an 8-game hitting streak, got a couple of home runs, and he can also pick it. It'll be Delvin Young and then Danny Valencia, Hughes, Nishioka, and then Nick Blackburn pitching and batting ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Ryan Vogelsong, the big right-hander, 6'4", 215-pounder out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Vogelsong, 33 years old, in his 5th year at the big league level. This is what he's done this year. In 10 starts, 4-1, 1.92 ERA. Look at the strikeouts to walk ratio, outstanding. 56 hits allowed, 65 2/3. Lefty's hitting a $195 off him. And what he does to get you out is mix a fastball. He'll 2-seam and 4-seam the grip, and he'll go anywhere between 90 and 94 with velocity. He's got an excellent changeup, curveball, and a cutter. And he's a strike thrower. You'll be able to see what type of night he's going to have early on as to how he controls the corners with the fastball. When he's throwing darts to both sides of the plate with the fastball, he's going to have a good night. Defensively, the Giants are going to set it up this way behind Vogelsong. Starting in your outfield will be Ross, Rowand, and Sherholtz. Crawford, Sandoval will patrol the left side of the infield. Burris and Huff will be on the right side, and Eli Whiteside will be in the squad, putting down the signs. Hoping to get the Giants back in the win column tonight. Ryan Vogelsong, in his 10 starts, the Giants are 7-3, so he has stopper credentials, and he'll do it against a Minnesota team that he has never had a start against. Let's take a look at our United Airlines leaders of the game, and Ryan Vogelsong since May 8th. Well, he's had a 1.23 ERA, and that is the lowest ERA in the majors, so that's a pretty good month right there.
Well, before we get started, I would like to mention the happy birthday to longtime ball dude Jack Hirschkorn. Jack was supposed to be a ball dude tonight, but he's a little under the weather, so we would like to wish him a happy birthday and enjoy this one sitting on the couch.
Yeah, I miss Jack being out here. He's been one of the original ball dudes. So Jack, get well, meet.
Ben Revere to lead things off.
Very aggressive defensive set by the Giants, bringing Pablo Sandoval way up to on the third baseline in respect of a possible bunt from Revere.
First pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get underway at 7:15.
There you see the defense and how they play it. Revere, not a whole lot of power, and they jam him in the outfield.
2 for 5 last night. Morgan went out and said, you know what, I'm not throwing these guys any fastballs.
Well, they proved that they could hit a fastball last night.
The 0-2 pitch is down low on the appeal, no swing. Revere hitting .269 with 7 RBIs. A lot of injuries for this Minnesota Twins team, and they have put together a lineup that has won 8 straight, and they are now back into the race in the AL Central. Inside, called by home plate umpire Andy Fletcher.
And Fletcher can have a pretty tight zone. It's a consistent zone. You just don't get a lot of width on both sides of the plate with big corner strikes. You see Ron Gardenhire, the skipper of the Minnesota Twins, last year's American League Manager of the Year.
A 2-2 teaser, and now it's a full count. Twins have, as I mentioned, won 8 straight. They're 18-23 on the road. And the payoff pitch to Ben Revere is hit on the ground to Emmanuel Burris. And that's how this game gets started on a 4-3 putout. So the Giants are ahead of the game already if you compare it to yesterday. Here's some Brandon Crawford fans. Brandon Crawford went to Foothill High School in Pleasanton. Alexi Casilla digging in.
Very confident Minnesota team.
Hitting at 268. And the first pitch is a bit wide. A couple of home runs, 15 driven in. He also went 2 for 5 last night. With Joe Mauer to follow.
I mean, you go 15-2 as a team, you're a confident bunch. There's tomorrow's pitcher, Tim Lincecum. He'll throw the finale afternoon game tomorrow.
Fastball for a strike. Vogelsong is lifetime has only faced Kadire, who is in this Twins lineup today. Everybody else facing Vogelsong for the very first time. Inside corner, 2-2.
That's nice use of the fastball. 2-0, two-seam fastball outside corner. He comes back inside with the front door sinker. And bang, bang, just like that, from a 2-0 to a 2-2 with 2 well-placed fastballs. And not one time did Casilla pull the trigger with the bat.
Off the end of the bat, foul.
There you see the pitches that he's thrown this season. The percentage of fastballs, about 60%. Curveball then is his next most used pitch at 18.9%. Cutter and the change about even. But he believes in the fastball.
The ball is foul. The bat is fair.
That's called blowing a guy up. Fastball right on the hands. That did not feel good.
You know, it feels better if the bat actually breaks in half. Otherwise, it just everything stays in your hand and it's just vibrating. It's kind of like chopping that cinder block with your hand, which I do it every day.
Yeah, well, that's how you stay in shape.
Yeah. If it doesn't go all the way through, then it really hurts. 2-2. Right straight back.
Now, Casilla last night against Sergio Romo got a breaking ball off the plate in and did this. Knocked it out of here. And it stunned everybody, including Casilla.
Aubrey Huff. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. And here's Mauer. Pretty much how you want to face Joe Mauer.
2 outs and nobody on.
Mauer yesterday 2 for 5.
Yep, we all do, my friend.
First pitch to Mauer at the knees, and it's no balls and 1 strike. You watch Joe Mauer on TV and he's big, but when you see him in person, he's really big.
6'5", 225. That's a big man. But I'm just amazed at how well he stays back. A lot of guys who are 6'5", they have a lot of things they have to get going before they can get a consistent swing going. But he's very compact for a tall hitter.
Breaking ball is Vogelsong tried to backdoor Mauer. 2 balls and 1 strike. I did that about 12:30 today.
Yep.
Did you just yawn? You saw that younger.
How about the big brother over there with the beard on? Have to change the subject.
Huff. 3 ground balls, 3 outs. Here at AT Park.
I love that guy.
And this is Bruce Bochy's lineup. It'll be Rowan, followed by Emmanuel Burris, and then the Panda. Aubrey Huff, the cleanup hitter. She has RBIs against right-handers. That leads the team. Ross Scherholtz, then Crawford, Whiteside, and Vogelsong.
On the hill tonight for the Minnesota Twins will be the 6'4", 240-pound right-hander Nick Blackburn from Denton, Texas, 29 years old, in his 4th year at the big league level. And these are his numbers: 6-4, the 3.16 ERA. But the whole story about Blackburn is he started off in April 1-4. Since that time, he's gone 5-0. And when you're hitting off Blackburn, he can basically give you 4 looks: a fastball that he can go 2 and 4 seam with, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. But when he's on that 2-seam fastball, you're going to see a lot of sinkers, a lot of ground balls, and that has been what has made him so hot in May and June. And he's using that sinker on both sides of the plate.
Here's Rowan. Aaron Rowan hitting .243. And a first pitch strike at 88. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Rowan hits it sharply on the ground to third. Valencia recovers and he throws it away, and Rowan will reach first base, and that was a big league throwaway.
Well, let's check out the defense. You've already met Mr. Valencia at third base. It'll be Young, Rivera, and Kadire. That's your outfield. The best arm in right field with Kadire. Nishioka at short, joined by Valencia on the left side of the infield, Casilla and Hughes on the right side, and Joe Mauer will be in the squad, putting down the signs. And let's take a look at the play to Valencia. Just not a good reception with the glove. And then, with all the time in the world, hurried the throw and threw well over the head of Luke Hughes. And that's our Ultra Mo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Yep, that's a big league overthrow right there.
Here's Emmanuel Burris. Burris takes high and wide, 1 ball and no strikes.
You know, with as many ground balls as you see from Blackburn, I wouldn't be surprised to see Emmanuel Burris bunt here.
Well, Mike, I think it's a good play if you try to bunt for a hit. And if it doesn't work, well, then at least you advance the runner, assuming that you lay down a decent bunt. Blackburn will have 1 play, and Burris made it close. Rowan down to second. So here's Aubrey Huff.
No surprise with the bunt, but a pitcher oftentimes, his style of pitching will determine an early sacrifice in a game, and with the ground balls that Blackburn's been getting, it's a good play.
So here's Sandoval. Sandoval last night was 1 for 4. Nishioka sneaking in behind Rowan. Unlikely Rowan would be going anywhere. Bottom of the first inning. Giants trying to get on the board first. One ball and no strikes.
First pitch changeup.
There's Huff. Blackburn didn't even look to second, and it's a fastball for a strike. So you're looking at that fastball right around 89. About what you talked about is velocity.
88, 92-ish. More 88s because he throws more two-seamers than four-seamers.
Two balls and a strike.
All right. Manly men having a manly beverage.
In a lot of ways, always makes me chuckle.
I love the big hands.
Two balls and one strike to Pablo Sandoval. On the ground sharply, off the chest of Valencia. He's going to recover and throw, and they got Sandoval. Valencia right now feels like he's a pinball machine.
Well, what's going on in his mind after the first error?
Well, he wants a one-hopper.
Just medium speed right at the belt?
Yep.
Well, that one came up on him. So I can't believe that he's got a whole lot of confidence in this infield right now.
No, he's not happy with it. Oh. Here's Huff.
Manly play.
Aubrey Huff at 246. He takes one a bit wide. One ball and no strikes. Rowan at second. 2-0 with Cody Ross on deck. Cody Ross. Cody do yesterday? Cody went 0 for 4, so he changed the height of his pants.
You got to change your look, move it around.
Strike to Huff. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's a nice 2-0 changeup right there.
Two and 2. So you get ahead in the count, looking for a good pitch to hit. For Huff, it ain't happening.
You get a changeup and a balloon curveball, and that evens the count.
And that'll end the inning. Giants strand Rowan, 0-0. History, June 22nd, 1988. Will Clark hits a walk-off, bases loaded double in the bottom of the ninth off of Padres' Mark Davis, scoring Jose Uribe, Brett Butler, and Chris Spire. The 3-run double capped a 4-run ninth, and the Giants won on this date in 1988 by a final of 8-7. I remember that game. That was very exciting.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Here's Kadire, followed by Young, and then Valencia. And Kadire takes low and away. Kadire, 280, 10 home runs, 29 driven in.
Going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
It's one high and foul down the right field line and out of play. He's got a nice swing.
Yeah, he's a good player and a leader in that clubhouse. A lot of people in Minnesota believe that there's going to be an extension announced here before the season ends, and he won't leave Minnesota. But he's a good player.
Two and one to Kadire. 3-1. So Vogelsong now has to come in, and Kadire will hit it into center field and hit it very well. Rowan on the move. Rowan on the track. Rowan makes the catch.
All right, time now for our Ford right choice. And this young man here, who's got his beard on and his panda hat, who's feeling it, got himself a big league hardball. Oh, yeah. Yep, he's feeling it.
Yep. He earned that one just by coming to the yard with a good attitude.
It's our Ford right choice.
Here's Delman Young. Talked about Kadire. What a solid player. He's had as many as 24 home runs in a season. There's a strike. Last year, 14 home runs, 81 RBIs. All the power numbers for the Twins went down last year because they got in the new ballpark. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball into center field. Rowan circling, 2 outs. And here's Valencia.
You saw the ratio of fastballs that Vogelsong will use during a game, and he averages about 60% of his pitches. And he's the kind of guy that on nights when he doesn't have a curveball or a slider, I mean, he really can still beat you and keep his team in a ball game by using the fastball, changing the grips, moving the location, and throwing the changeup off it. He does not panic if the curveball and the slider do not show up.
Breaking ball to Valencia, 221. 7 home runs, 33 driven in. 2 for 4 last night. Check that, 2 for 5 last night. And a strike, and that evens the count.
Yeah, that's how you take away a 1-0 count.
One ball and 1 strike. Hit off the end of the bat, Aubrey Huff. Huff will flip it to Vogelsong, and that ends the inning. 6 up, 6 down. Giants are coming up. Cody Ross will lead it off.
All teams, they are our Farmers Insurance Report Card this evening. The San Jose Giants recently clinched the Northern California League first half championship. It's their 7th consecutive title. And between High A San Jose and Low A Augusta, gentlemen, 10 guys were named to the A-Ball All-Star teams that played yesterday. Gary Brown, an outfielder for San Jose, the 2010 first-round draft pick, went 1 for 4, had an RBI, scored a run. And Adam Duvall, third baseman for Augusta, was named the All-Star MVP. Kruk, you'll like this one. 7 of the 10 Giants A-Ball All-Stars are pitchers.
Good arms, good arms.
Cody Ross flips it into center field, and he's got a base hit. So Ross with a leadoff single. First hit of the game. So that'll bring to the plate Nate Scherholz. Scherholz sitting at 250, 4 home runs, 20 driven in. And he'll slice one foul and out of play, and it's 0-1. To Scherholz. Right there at the knees, 0-2.
That's nice front door sinking action right there. He stole that pitch. If you're a hitter and you lose a strike, you just be thankful it's not the third one the first time you see that side of the plate with that sinker.
Brandon Crawford to follow. 1-2.
Went right back in there, and that could have been called strike 3. Take a look at the front door sinker. You back a guy off and let the movement come right back into the zone, and just a little high, a little bit inside.
Scherholz flips it into shallow center field, and it's going to be Casilla who'll make the catch.
So they stayed on the inside part of the plate.
Here's Crawford.
Some Foothill natives, just like Brandon Crawford. Oh, yeah. Looks like Foothill's got the same colors as UCLA.
Yep. And that's ended up where Crawford went to college. Here's Crawford with the 197 average as he swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. It was Tejada yesterday who played at short. Tonight it's Brandon Crawford. Boy, he didn't miss by much. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, he's staying on that front side of the plate there, the lefties. The inside corner, trying to take advantage of that movement. When you got big sink and big movement like he has, I mean, that's a nice pitch if you can consistently hit that glove. Go back in again.
Ross slipped just a little bit coming back to first. Crawford up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop, and everybody's safe. Nishioka made the play, but Casilla could not hang on.
Well, great range to the left of Nishioka. And Casilla trying to make the double play, and I'm not sure he didn't have a grasp on the ball before he couldn't make the exchange. Second base umpire Jim Reynolds making the call.
Now, who'd they give the air to? E4.
It's going to be E4. I mean, Nishioka makes a great play here. It can't be on the shortstop. Wow, I'm not so sure that he didn't have possession. Well, Giants catch a break.
Here's Eli Whiteside. Whiteside takes up and in. Whiteside hit a home run last night. And Blackburn flops in a breaking ball to even the count.
And a full house here tonight at AT&T. Guys have been sold out since game 1 of this season.
Hit into right center field. This one's going to play. It's rolling out to Triples Alley. Wells is going to score. Crawford is going to score. Whiteside has got a triple.
You talk about a beautiful swing and seeing a breaking ball early. He is not fooled at all. Watch him stay back and goes the opposite way. A little bit of height on the pitch. A good pitch to hit. It finds a gap as it slices away from Revere. And once it gets into Triples Alley with Whiteside speed, he's got good speed. And you see him wind up when it's all said and done, safe at third, safe and secure. And that's New York life. And Tim Lincecum digging it.
Here's Ryan Vogelsong. Vogelsong looks at a fastball for a strike. Five for 20 on the year as he takes a very long look to Tim Flannery. Always be suspicious when there's a long look at that third base coach. Up the middle, and Blackburn spears it. 2 outs.
Well, if that ball gets past Blackburn, it's a run. Nice play. Well, 4th of July is only 2 weeks away, and that means that you can spend Monday the 4th right here at the ballpark to see the Giants take on the Padres. It's a special 2 p.m. start. It's a 4-game series. It will continue right on through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All night games at 7:15. So plan now. Get out here. Go to sfgiants.com. and get your tickets for the Padres series. And right behind the Padres, you'll see the New York Mets.
Rowan hit a ball to third that Valencia couldn't handle. And here he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Nick Blackburn deals. Rowan hits a little pop-up. Could be playable for Hughes. And Hughes with a good effort, but just out of his reach.
Hughes, a native from Perth, Australia. Let's take a look at the effort from Hughes.
Just needed another gloves length.
Yep. Another 11 inches, and it's good.
0-2 pitch to Rowan is high. Arizona just won their game against Kansas City. Indians beat the Rockies today. 1-2. And Rowan gets hit.
Well, he got him with a sinker too, and they're heavier. Tried to set up inside and jam him. That just heat seeks right into him.
So Emmanuel Burris will hit with runners at first and third. Mauer goes out to talk to his starting pitcher.
You never like to see guys get hit anywhere, especially the hands, because hands are fragile. Especially when you have a guy who's got a sinking fastball like Blackburn, because the sinker's a heavier pitch. And it feels like it's heavier when it hits you, especially on the hands.
So here's Burris. Burris with a sacrifice bunt in the first. High, 1 ball and no strikes. Giants catch a break in this inning on the air by the second baseman Casilla. Rowan goes. Mauer's throw. Not in time. Rowan with his second of the year. It's a little bit risky.
Take a look at the jump from Aaron Rowan, and it's a good one. And you're right, it is risky. I mean, you have a runner at third base. I mean, you have to know you can steal that bag if you're going to go, and it was close.
One and two, not a Burris, as Blackburn just continues to stay on the inside part of the plate.
Well, there hasn't been one left-handed hitter for the Giants that's been able to stay in on that front door sinker that he's featuring. It's big time movement, and they're not even swinging at it. The only guy that has swung at it has been Nate Scherholtz, and he broke his bat, popped up to short or to second base.
Slowly hit. Side retired. Giants strand a pair, but they do score twice. Eli Whiteside with the triple to knock in a pair. It's 2-0 Giants. Replica World Series ring collection now being sold exclusively at the Giants Dugout stores and at sfgiants.com. You got to check this out. It includes a World Series ring paperweight, a keychain, and acrylic ring trophy. This is that's the paperweight. This is the trophy. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
and
that's the paperweight.
We will get one of those. Each piece is designed to replicate the player's World Series ring. So it's at sfgiants.com or at the Giants Dugout store. Check it out.
That literally is about how big the Florida Marlins 2007 ring was. Paperweight size. Hysterical. Very cool, however. Very cool.
Luke Hughes, followed by Nishioka, and then Blackburn. And the 1-1 pitch to Hughes. Hughes takes a strike. That's the paperweight. Hey, look at you. You could be like a hand model. Seriously. You need to just forget about what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Mike Krukow, hand model. Foul back.
These things are called paperweights.
Oh, you can't help but want to put them on your finger.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I like my new World Series.
I mean, that's how I want to show up in the hood with that.
Yep. It is some bling, I got to tell you. Too much fun, partner.
Why do I think that Mark Cuban's World Championship ring is going to look like that?
Yeah, it got a chance.
2-2.
Mark Cuban, the Dallas Mavericks owner, said that he does not like rings. He wants to do something new. And everybody on the Mavericks team went, what? Got to have a ring.
Full count now to Luke Hughes is Vogelsong. A little upset with himself. Three balls and 2 strikes. Popped him up. Sherholtz. 1 out.
And that's a beautiful cutter. Doesn't have to move much. We're talking 3-inch slide, and it can run flat. But if it just gets off the sweet spot of the bat, up the bat end, which that last one did, it really negates a 3-2 pitch. I mean, he puts it right out there in the outside corner. You can see it's just a little bit of slide, but it does the job. Takes the sting out of the at-bat and puts an over on Hughes.
Here's Nishioka hitting at 200. And he takes a strike. He hit a ball over Torres's head in center field in the first inning of the game last night. 2-0 Giants on the Eli Whiteside 2 RBI triple. Outside to Nishioka. In at third is Sandoval.
You know, you talk about guys as you see the defensive alignment, pitchers who have made big time contributions to the evolution of the art of pitching in the history of baseball. You got to talk about Greg Maddux.
Cody Ross telling Rowan that he's got this one, and he does.
Greg Maddux was one of the first guys, as you see, Barry Bonds is always going to be here.
Yeah, he's here. And sometimes you'll find someone that really looks like him, and he really looks like Barry Bonds.
There's Barry. But Maddux was, a guy that really utilized the front door sinker, which we're seeing Blackburn use tonight. He was a guy that used the cutter, which you're seeing Vogelsong use tonight, and the changeup. Just understanding movement and applying the different movements with pitches to different swing types. And now you see guys around baseball utilizing those pitches consistently. And a lot of young pitchers who are coming up now can do all those things. Aubrey Huff said about a couple of weeks ago, he says he's never seen so many young pitchers that have full use and command of cutters, sinkers, and changeups like he's seeing the new guys come up with now. And a lot of hitters are echoing the same sentiment.
Sandoval across the diamond, side retired. Very nicely done. 9 up, 9 down for Vogelsong. Giants are coming up. Time for Subway Eat Fresh. Ask Crook and Kipe. Every once in a while we get a really good question. Loretta from Daly City wants to know what's the difference pitching from the stretch and the windup.
Well, it's a great question. You'll see pitchers pitch from the stretch when there's men on base. And basically, a windup is just a step into your stretch position. There's nobody on base. You'll see guys use a windup unless you're a relief pitcher, especially relief pitchers that come into existing innings where there are runners on base, and they'll throw out the stretch all the time just because it's a position of comfort for them.
And one takes more out of your arm than the other?
No, it should.
Here's Sandoval, and Sandoval hits a high pop-up into shallow left field. Young comes in. One pitch, one out.
The Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
One quick out, and here's Huff. Huff got caught looking in the first. Cody Ross to follow. Swing and a miss.
Blackburn's thrown a lot of good changeups tonight.
Breaking ball popped into shallow right field, and Casilla is going to make the play. Giants are back at NBC Bay Area this Friday at 7 p.m. for the Giants and the Indians from AT Park. And all month long, NBC Bay Area's Jessica Aguirre and Raj Mathai bring you a special series in-depth investigative reports. Discover the Bay Area's most compelling stories weeknights at 11. Christina Loren is here.
NBC Bay Area weather person. Got our Giants colors on. Having a blast. And she forecasted a good night here at the yard.
Cody Ross singled to lead off the second, eventually scored. 3-0.
Oh yeah. She wears that panda hat well. Panda hat with a bow. Now I haven't seen that.
Cody Ross gets the green light, and we have action for our ball dude down the left field line. Who's going to get to it quicker, Young or our ball dude? Well, it's going to be Bob Nealon.
Let's go, Bob. Oh yeah. If that button blows, 3 people in the seats are going to get hurt.
Ross on for the second time.
Jim Vermes over there on the first base side, our ball dudes tonight. A couple of gamers.
Sherholtz popped out. So Ross with his lead at first. Sherholtz takes a high fastball. Ross on now for the second time. Blackburn with 45 pitches. Not close, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Three-0. Out of whack right now is Nick Blackburn.
So he'll take a walk and try and figure out what's going on. It's amazing the conversations the guys will have back behind the mound with themselves.
Well, Cody Ross had the green light. See if Nate Scherholz does. Chris Bochy just about ready to try anything to get the offense going.
Anything.
So it's going to be left up to Brandon Crawford. Crawford hit the ball sharply up the middle, but it was flagged down by Nishioka. And his flip to the second baseman, Casilla, for the force play was dropped.
Rick Anderson, the pitching coach for the Twins, is going to come out, try and get Blackburn back in the strike zone. I think the message he's going to give is he's got a little push in his delivery. Let it go. Put aim in. Pick your target up, throw right through it. It's amazing how even guys at the big league level have to be reminded of basic throwing skills. And it happens.
Yep. So here's Crawford. Ross at second, Scherholz at first. No balls and one strike.
He's done that a lot tonight. First pitch changeup. He's really been able to locate it well on the outside corner, the knees, especially left-handed hitters.
Hit on the ground, and Casilla from the outfield grass, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a couple of walks. After 3, 2-0 Giants.
Broadcaster and former Twin Dan Gladden, maybe best known for winning a World Series with the Twins in his first and his final year with the organization. But around these parts, he's known as a former Giant. He was with the Orange and Black from '83 to '86, and a very good friend of our own, Kruk and Kaib. And gentlemen, I spent some time with Dan today, and he said he was very young when he played with you two. And he said you were very influential, and there was an uncomfortable pause. And I said, and you mean that in a good way, right? He said, of course, of course. I asked him if he sought advice from you two when he transitioned into being a broadcaster. He said, yeah. I asked him how much money they made. Good buddy of yours, Dan Gladden, guys.
You know, none of that is that far from the truth.
That's right.
This is Ben Revere, and he fouls it off the backstop. He turned out to be a heck of a ball player, and he's turned out to be a heck of a broadcaster. And yes, we're biased, but I don't think I'm that far off.
Well, when it comes to Danny Gladden, we are biased because he played it hard and he played it right. And he took it home and he did all the things that the good ones do.
1-2 to Ben Revere. We've had our discussions, however, over the last couple of days over the Buster Posey play at home plate. And he's a hard, stubborn, used to be kid, now man. But we're getting to him. I can tell we're getting to him.
Oh, yeah. He lost the fight today. Of course, we're doing a tag team on him. But when it comes to Buster Posey, we have a tendency to be a little bit passionate.
Don't bring it up unless you're in there for a fight, and it's going to be a long one.
That's right. But he did say this. He was very disappointed that Buster's hurt, that he could not see him play because he was really looking forward to coming here and seeing Buster Posey play, which we hear a lot every time we go to.
Out of play. 3-2 fastball from Vogelsong.
That's the bad part about injury. You're a fan. You look forward to a series where a team's coming with a guy that you like to watch play baseball.
Crawford's going to have to hurry. Got him. Nice exchange.
Big league play right there.
Here's Danny Gladden, 1986. Played a very nice center field.
Yeah, he can push bunt, drag bunt, have a little power in his bat. And if there was ever a bench clearing brawl, he was the first guy in the pile.
Hit on the ground to Emmanuel Burris. 2 outs.
Of course, he started half of the fights that we had anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
Right now, we're going to ask our trivia question brought to you by AT&T. The question tonight: name the 5 pitchers born in the Dominican Republic to throw no-hitters.
Remember the fight we got into in Houston, and Gladden came back holding his hand, and I think it was Rob Deere came back holding his cheek, and turned out that Gladden had hit Deere.
Dude, that was the same one where you were all skinned up.
Oh, my goodness.
They had a runway from the clubhouse in Houston to the field was literally about 150 yards, and it was like a maze underneath the Houston Astrodome. And Kipe was up in the clubhouse when the fight broke up. He had to run down the stairs through the maze, and he fell about 6 times.
Well, by the time I got to the fight, I was bleeding. Who got you? We'll get him. I said, nobody got me. I fell down 3 times coming from the clubhouse. I think that was the Mark Davis, Enos Cabell.
That's exactly what it was.
Tangle. 0-2 to Joe Mauer. Got him. And that'll end the inning. And that's the first strikeout for Vogelsong. Whiteside will lead things off.
Backdoor paint.
reproduced, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LP.
All right, time to answer our trivia question brought to you by AT The question tonight: name the 5 pitchers born in the Dominican Republic to throw no-hitters. Our survey said Juan Marshall at 63, Ramon Martinez at 95, Jose Jimenez at 99, Ubaldo Jimenez 2010, and Francisco Liriano on this Minnesota Twins team did it this year.
Very nice. Here's Eli Whiteside, the owner of 2 runs batted in this game. And he'll take a pitch high. There's a strike. Vogelsong to follow. And then Aaron Rowan. Two runs on 2 hits for the Giants. Whiteside fouls it out of play. It's 1-2. Whiteside fights off another pitch. Yeah. Dad brought the family, and they all have a great attitude. Stop by the dugout store. They got the eye black on. Mom got eye black on? She'd be the only one in the family that didn't.
I don't think she did, but she sure wears that hat well.
Yeah. There's Mom.
Yep. Gamer.
One ball and 2 strikes. Look out. Is that a Mark Greshner ugly finder?
That was a supreme ugly finder. Barry Zito back with the club now. Had the hood knocked off. All right, let's see who was heading for. Aubrey Huff.
No, I can't. No. Not Aubrey Huff.
Yeah, well, good thing that net was there.
Maybe Gresh, but not Aubrey Huff.
It lit the troops up, though.
Whiteside getting some pitches out of Blackburn. It remains 2-2.
It's a hard thing to do, get a lot of pitches out of a sinker baller.
It is. And he got him.
Boy, that's a beautiful pitch right there. A backdoor sinker. See it early, you think it's going to be outside, you give up on it, and then here comes the movement right back into the strike zone. And you cannot execute the backdoor sink any better than that. Second strikeout for Blackburn. Both have been called strike 3s.
Here's Vogelsong. Swinging a foul that got Andy Fletcher, I believe, the home plate umpire. Breaking ball. Called a strike. It's 0-2. Good level swing by Vogelsong. Giants trying to even up their record in interleague play. They started out 3-0 against the A's, then the A's swept them. And losing last night, they're 3-4.
Yeah, and in the meantime, stop this 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, oh, by the way.
And streaks can definitely get in the minds of players, winning and losing. Tonight's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Bad Teacher in theaters June 24th.
Rowan has been on base twice, reached on an error, and was hit by a pitch. You'll watch a breaking ball for a strike. Rowan on the ground to short. Nishioka has it, and that'll end the inning. Fifth inning coming up. It remains 2-0 Giants. Games, Giants, wives, and volunteers will collect donations for the victims of the recent storms in the Midwest and Southeast. As natives of Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi, Matt Cain, Eli Whiteside, and their wives encourage fans to join them in supporting the tornado relief effort. Donate here at the ballpark or visit hearttoheart.org. You can also donate by texting HHI to 90999. Want me to repeat that?
Yeah, I missed about half of that. I thought you did good, partner. Just kidding.
Here's Kadire. Kadire on the ground, past the diving Crawford, and that's the first hit of the game for the Twins.
First base runner. Vogelsong had retired 12 in a row prior to this. Got a little cutter just laid out there, didn't do a whole lot out the middle of the plate. And Kadire leaned on it. So for the first time tonight, Vogelsong will throw out of the stretch.
Young hit a fly ball to Rowan in the second. First pitch strike, and it's 0-1.
Song comes right back with 0-1 paint. Fastball knee-high outside corner.
And that's going to be just wide of third. It's 0-2.
Oh, got up the bat. I thought for a second he may have broken that thing. But two nice, well-placed fastballs. And you always talk about the longer it takes a guy to get into the stretch, sometimes it takes him a little bit of time to find that release point out of the stretch. No ill effects whatsoever from Vogelsong here. Looking at those first two fastballs he's throwing Elman Young.
Burris Puts it away.
Now, he had an idea. And as he was going after that pop-up, he was checking to see if Delman Young was running. If Young had dogged it down the first base line, he'd have let it drop, picked it up, and thrown it to first. And you can see, he looked up, he looked down, he looked up, and then in the end, he had to make a pretty acrobatic play to catch the pop-up. And that thing had a little spinach on it, too.
Here's Valencia. Valencia bounced to Aubrey Huff in the second. Kadyr's got 6 steals, so you better keep an eye on him. Wilson and Lincecum are here.
Yeah, Kadyr's a lot like Aubrey Huff in the way he steals bases. He kind of takes advantage of a guy on the mound that doesn't pay any attention to him.
Huff.
Ball is not carrying to right field, partner.
2 outs.
It just never gets old, does it?
Nope. Sharon. Some earbuds. You know what they are? They're earbuds, those two.
Yep. Earbuds for life.
Hughes popped out to right field in the third. Just outside. Two outs, 1 on. Right underneath the hands of Hughes, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
This is stretch position for Loretta. Very compact front side, gets gathered. And really, if you were to take and compare the windup with the stretch position, all it looks like is just a step into the stretch. And for a guy the size of Vogelsong, who's 6'4", I mean, he really has a compact motion, which explains as to why he can repeat the stroke and has command of the fastball in all of his pitches that he has. And it's something that he's worked his whole life to get to.
Runner goes, pitches inside. Whiteside's throw is late, and Kadir with his 7th steal.
Vogelsong wanted to make sure from Andy Fletcher that that one pitch was a strike. Just a really great jump, and you know it's just something that the really good runners have. They have instincts as to when a guy is going to slide step, come quick, or when he's going to get gathered. I mean, they just know. Kadir, one of those guys.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hughes. Hughes takes low and away. Yeah, we have more Twins here at the yard. Had a couple of Twin signs yesterday.
They are the real Twins. Cute Twins.
Three-two pitch. Aubrey Huff will move over towards the seats, but it'll drift out of play.
There you see the distribution of pitches. 18 in the first inning, and since that time, he's been very economical. If you're going 15 or below, you're pleasing your pitching coach.
Three and two. Another foul ball out of play.
Pretty good balance in that swing from Luke Hughes. He was not fooled on the speed. Little cutter, made it out there middle away. And Hughes, good balance through the swing.
And he walked him. First walk issued by Vogelsong.
Yeah, I like the idea, though. The inside corner was set up. I mean, most of the at-bat went away. And the way that Hughes covered that last cutter on the 3-2 pitch, he definitely had a little hole in that inside corner. He just missed a little bit inside. Had he thrown it across the plate, I think they could have gotten it.
Nishioka hit a fly ball to left field in the third. Down low. 3-guard triples alley, and that's exactly what Nate Scherholz is doing.
There you see, I mean, normal positioning for right fielder is right there, so he's way over, and that's where the left-handed hitter up. I mean, it's a pitch him away, play him away defense if you're looking how the right fielder is playing Nishioka.
2-0. Vogelsong's got a base to work with.
And a pitcher on deck.
And a strike. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Definitely not giving into the 2-0 pit. 2-0 count. Came with a 2-0 change up there. Vogelsong's numbers at home: 0.96 ERA.
Three and 1. Kadyr's at second. Hughes at first. Vogelsong will want to make a good pitch here. 3 and 1. And this is hit to Crawford. And that'll end the inning. Twins strand a pair. 2-0 Giants.
Giants have a 2-run lead. It's the bottom of the 5th, and today the Giants do what they do best. They lent a helping hand. I had a chance to meet 4-year-old Zach Bryan. The Giants let him come onto the field today. Here's the story, guys. Zachary, his little 1-year-old brother Ben, and his parents lost their home on Father's Day after a fire broke out. They lost everything. Little Z-Man was most upset about losing his very first trophy that he just got this year after wrapping up his first T-ball season. He slept with the trophy. He brought it to school. So the Giants brought him onto the field. He got to meet a couple players, and they gave him a new trophy along with a helmet, a glove, a bunch of gear. And guys, the good news, everybody's safe and sound. The family's able to rebuild, and today was the beginning of that process.
All right, Amy, good story. Very good. Here it's 2-0 Giants. Emmanuel Burris in the 0-1 count, and now it's 0-2. Burris sacrifice bunt, and then he's bounced back to the pitcher. One and two. Giants have stranded 5 in the game.
Oh yeah, bring your good attitude. Share your popcorn.
Blackburn, can he make the play? He will touch Burris going by.
Well, there's a lot of excitement around the personalized brick program that is associated with the World Champions Walk here at AT Park. And the bricks at Willie Mays Plaza, well, they're sold out. So don't miss out on a chance of a lifetime to forever etch your Giants loyalty in stone at other entrances to the ballpark. To order your personalized brick, go to sfgiants.com/brick. Or you can always call 1-855-SFG-FANS.
Here's Pablo Sandoval. Ground ball and a fly ball. And Blackburn throws, and Sandoval takes one outside. 1 ball and no strike.
Got a first pitch changeup. Been pretty steady for Blackburn. Tries to steal something in the strike zone with soft stuff early.
Sandoval into center field. Racing back is Revere. Still going back. And now in front of the wall, he makes the catch.
Well, you kept waiting for that little push that you normally get from the winds here. But the winds tonight are not going out to center. They're coming across the field. Normally you hit a ball out the center with this type of pop, and you're going to get some help. But tonight, Pablo Sandoval gets none. And it's a big league hang with him.
Huff is struck out and popped out. Cuts right back in over the plate, and it's 0-1. Another sellout crowd tonight. And the 1-1 pitch to Huff. Swing and a foul, 1-2. This is the 33rd home game for the Giants. They've all been sellouts. Huff out swinging to end the inning. 6th inning coming up. It remains 2-0 Giants. Tomorrow it'll be Tim Lincecum against Brian Dunsing. Complete coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and CSNBayArea.com. Home of the world champion Giants is Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Check us out. 12:30 pregame live. Noon pregame live. And a strike.
It's got to be a first timer right there. I'm just going out on a limb.
Foul.
Look out, Jerry White. It's played by our ball dude. Jerry White, an old teammate of ours, or of mine. Vogel strong. Marry me, Brandon. Brandon Crawford. You'll see a few more signs like that before it's all said and done.
Burris on the big third hop.
Well, Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Visit thesolarco.com for details about their new zero-down lease with monthly payments as low as $99 for qualified buyers. Oh, yeah.
Hey, big number 39 is here.
Yes, he is. Guy's wearing that number well.
Played with that guy. Ben Revere has bounced out twice. 1 ball and no strikes.
Ishiro's here.
Did not play with that guy. Seattle lost in the nation's capital today, 2-1.
And I think that gets the Nationals right to 500. They are now 37-37. Washington is a very hot team. They have won 10 of their last 11.
Jim Riggleman, go get him. 2-0 pitch. Hit up the middle. Crawford cannot come up with it. And the speedy Revere is aboard. That'll be an error on Crawford.
Well, you're just not used to seeing him boot ground balls. Every time you see a ball hit to the left side of the infield, when he's over there, you're thinking it's a done deal. This one goes up the little finger on his glove. He never really does get a feel for it. And with Revere's speed, he doesn't get going to get a second chance.
So here's Casilla. Casilla is 0 for 2. Revere's got 6 steals. Kadire stole the bag in the 5th. There's a note for Freddie Sanchez.
Need you, miss you, love you, get well soon, number 21. Yeah, she said it all.
There's a strike. Revere had thoughts of going.
Happy Freddie Sanchez.
She's got more of those in her bag somewhere.
I get the feeling that she's missing Freddie Sanchez.
One ball and 1 strike on the pitch down low.
Alexi Casilla, not a big guy. He's 5'9". Built just like Mike Fontenot.
Sandoval way in at third as this is lifted out to Cody Ross. Ross over by the seats. Look out. And he goes into the seats. And he comes out again. And did he not catch it? He did not.
Tell you what, that should not happen at a home field. And the people are letting the fans know. I mean, this is shades of Steve Bartman. And that is a ball clearly that Cody Ross would have had.
He knew it right away.
Now he screwed up. You should know better.
He's wearing it now.
He should wear it. That should not happen in your own ballpark.
1-2.
Now he shouldn't get kicked out of the game for that. That was over at his side of the fence.
Yeah, that's right. He clearly had every right to the ball. I think. Runner goes foul down the left field line and out of play.
Well, he's wearing it going up the steps.
I don't think it's right to kick him out.
I don't either. I don't think he deserves to get kicked out. I mean, if he interferes with a ground ball on the side, yeah, but you can't kick a guy out for that. They won't. I guarantee it. Once George Costas takes a look at it, I'm sure that they'll make the right call.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Blocked by Eli Whiteside, 2-2. Crawford, Burris at double play depth. A 2-0 lead for the Giants here in the 6th inning. Back is the speedy Revere.
Just a lot of extra pitches now for Vogelsong. With Joe Mauer on deck. I mean, this is really a big point in this game.
Runner goes. Big chopper. It's going to be Burris. Huff getting back. And a nice play. Nice recovery.
Well, it is the 6th inning, so that means it's time for Coors Light Freeze Can. We're going to go to an 0-2 pitch. This is a backdoor cutter, and it leaves Joe Mauer standing. That's our Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
So that brings Mauer to the plate. Mauer bounced out in the 1st, and you just saw him strike out looking. He did that in the 4th. Revere's at 2nd. And a strike to Mauer, and it's 0-1. Rockies lost tonight. Diamondbacks won tonight. San Diego beat the Red Sox today. And the Tigers beat the Dodgers. That's what happened in the National League West. Mauer down the left field line and out of play. It's 0-2.
Well, he went away and cut him. And you saw that pitch. Similar count, 0-2. Well, think about Mauer. I mean, he hits the ball well the other way.
Oh, 0-2 to Mauer. On the ground to Crawford. Crawford has it. Side retired. So the air does not hurt Vogelsong. Giants are coming up.
on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. Call 1-800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com to find a local agent. We are insurance. We are farmers. By Xfinity, home of the most live sports. And by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, get the new Bourbon Barbecue Steak Grilled Sandwich at participating restaurants.
What a beautiful sight, AT Park on a gorgeous Wednesday night here in the city, and the Giants with a 2-0 lead. And it'll be Cody Ross to lead things off. He's been on base twice, and he'll look at a breaking ball for a strike. Ross is singled and he's walked. And this is fouled just below us.
Oh yeah, she's feeling it. Got her glove. Color coordinated. Perfect. Blackburn going through the whole list of fingers that Maurer can put down, and he shook off everything. So Maurer says, all right, let's start over.
Out of play. It stays 0-2.
And we've seen him go to that changeup in just about every count. To lefties, to righties. Talking about the start of the season that Blackburn had when he went 1-4 in April, and he was getting spanked around a little bit. And since that time, he hadn't lost a ball game. But that changeup has really been a good compliment to his sinker.
Ross hits one high and deep into center field. Revere back, and he'll put it away.
Well, tune into NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network this Friday at 7 for the Giants and Indians right here from AT Park. And for everything Giants, check out NBCBayArea.com and search for The Cove. Deep coverage of the team, the players, the opponents to watch, even a peek into the ballpark. The Cove on NBCBayArea.com.
Sherholtz down the right field line. This is going to be trouble. Off of archway number 2, and he's going to have to scoot. Kadyr's got a good arm, and Sherholtz has got a double.
Well, Sherholtz has been watching the sequence of pitches that Blackburn's been throwing lefties on first pitch all night long, and you can't tell me he did not go up there looking for a changeup, because that's exactly what he got. Look at that. Stayed back just long enough to use his hands, and he shoots this thing in the corner with some steam on it. Yeah, that's what big hitters will do, and they'll watch when a guy throws, how he uses certain pitches in certain counts to certain type hitters, and then they'll try and create a one-pitch opportunity. He did, and he cashed in on it.
Here's Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 2. He did score a run after reaching on an error in the second. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes.
And he's had good balance in his swings tonight against Blackburn.
He's looked pretty good at the plate.
Taking a lot of extra batting practice, trying to get that feel, trying to get that confidence, trying to get his balance to where he's using the whole field back.
Inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. The A's and Mets are very close to reaching midnight in their ball game. They're in the 13th inning, and it's 2-2.
There's the dog, and there's the score you're talking about.
And tight to Crawford, 2 balls and 1 strike. We're done with Citi Field this year, right?
Yes, we are.
Outside, 3-1 to Crawford. Sherholtz from San Ramon Valley High School. Crawford from Foothill High School. Both high schools in the same conference. And the walk to Crawford.
Again, a 3-1 changeup. That is his go-to pitch, and he just missed away.
You're Brandon Crawford, and you've just come up from A and AA, and they've told you your whole career in the minor leagues, get to that 3-1 count, you're going to get a fastball and do something with it. Nope.
Yeah, those days are over.
It's a 3-1 changeup. Whiteside in this same spot in the second, tripled in a pair of runs. 1 ball and no strikes. See Whiteside on the big board here at AT Park. Beautiful board.
Rick Anderson going to come out and make another trip. We're going to take a look at that triple from Eli Whiteside. He really waited well on a breaking ball. Saw it, stayed back on it. It was away, and he went away with it to right center. Was slice away from Revere, the center fielder. And once it got in the alley, I mean, Eli Whiteside, give you an idea what type of athleticism he has. He can run. And for a guy his size, it's impressive.
I don't think he's seen a breaking ball since then. One ball and no strikes. Whiteside, base hit left field. Here comes Scherholz. Eli Whiteside has got 3 RBIs tonight, and the Giants lead 3-0. And there's the Eli Whiteside fan club.
And they're loving life. Gets a sinker down and in, and just rips it through the left side. And the Giants add on. And an easy score for Nate Scherholz. He comes in standing up. No chance for Delvin Young.
Vogelsong, because he's such a good hitter, maybe he bunts, maybe he doesn't. It's called a tease.
Well, the only problem is that, you just want to stay out of the double play. I mean, that's the one thing. So if you do bunt him, that's the reason why.
1 ball and no strikes.
And what we've also seen with Bruce Bochy is that he'll show bunt just to bring in corner infielders, and then he turns them loose.
Crawford at second, Whiteside at first. Chopper hits the glove of Blackburn, and they're going to retire Vogelsong, but both runners move up.
Well, the Giants really catch a break. If that ball does not hit Blackburn's glove, it may have been tailor-made for a double play. Butcher play right off the tip of the glove of Blackburn. And the only chance that the Twins have is to play it first. If that ball goes untouched, I think they have a chance for a pair.
Yeah, that was Nishioka who made the play on the carom, and here's Rowan, who's 0 for 1. The Twins do have first base open, and Rowan takes down low. 1 ball and no strikes.
And this is the at bat you're looking for. Guys trying to create space here. Burnett. Burnett, Dumatre. Activity in the Twins bullpen.
I don't think they're going to throw Rowan to strike.
And that may be the message that Maurer is going to come out there and tell Blackburn. I mean, Maya Burris has not had good at-bats against Blackburn.
Two and 0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Crawford and Whiteside are your base runners. Fouled at the plate. It's now 2-2. So the idea thrown out there by one of the Giants broadcasters that they were pitching around Rowan was wrong.
Oh well.
Two and 2. On the ground towards the hole. Can he make the play? The long throw. Got him. Nice play. Side retired. Nishioka from the hole throws out Aaron Rowan. Giants do pick up an insurance run on the base hit by Whiteside. 3-0 Giants.
The upper deck? No way!
Toyota game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And it is a summary of the 2 starters. Blackburn and Vogelsong both have been outstanding. And right now Vogelsong is out pitching Blackburn. Here's Kadire, who takes a strike. And offensively, the story is Eli Whiteside.
Now a 3 RBI night for Eli Whiteside.
How about the play by Nishioka to end the inning?
Now that's the play that defines a big league shortstop. There's Barry Bonds. Not many people can stop a crowd like that guy.
0-2 pitch to Kadire. Kadire can hit. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, check out csnberry.com. We have a new ABG's Giants exclusive up and ready for you to watch. We spotlight Jeremy Affeldt. It was a really fun conversation. We talked about the various charities that he's involved in, and of course we talked about how important his bat is in that lineup. They can't do without it, and he brags about, guess what, his on-base percentage. Check it out, csnbayarea.com. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Amy. Is Amy out by the Coors Light?
I think she is.
A little flare to right. That's going to be a hit. Kadire will move to third, and the Twins with runners at the corners, nobody out.
Frustrating for Ryan Vogelsong. Make a good pitch, you get it in on the guy, and he's strong enough to fist it out in the outfield.
Giants will get some people up in the bullpen.
Looks like it's going to be Ramon Ramirez who heads down. Indeed it is.
Valencia's bounced out and he's popped out, both times to Aubrey Huff. Breaking ball, and he went around. No balls in, one strike.
No hesitation at all from Tim Welke, the first base umpire. Javier Lopez joining Ramon Ramirez now in the Giants pen. If you're Vogelsong, this is not a strikeout situation. You're pitching for the ground ball.
0-2.
However, if you get to an 0-2, you can definitely take a shot at it. But with a 3-run lead, you'd love to get a pitch that gets 2 outs, and you give up a run to do it.
Got him.
All right, 3-pitched him, and a curveball on the 0-2 count. Absolutely placed perfectly outside, down below the strike zone. And Valencia, in a protect mode, went out to try and cover it and comes up with air. Beautiful curveball. Hadn't thrown a lot of them tonight, but when he's used them, they've been effective. But location is absolutely money.
So here's Luke Hughes, who pokes a walk out of Vogelsong in the 5th. One ball and no strike to Hughes. On the ground, foul.
Yep, we remember that guy. Good to see him at the ballpark. Looks in great shape. No surprise there. Still works out every day.
I think they let him be in the home run derby this year.
I'm in.
1-2.
Once again, Vogelsong in the driver's seat with the 1-2 count. It's better to go below the zone in this scenario than it is above the zone.
Got him.
And that, folks, is 1-2 paint. He goes inside corner for the payoff pitch, and Luke Hughes is not buying it. But the way that Vogelsong is throwing darts tonight, he's earned it. They set up on the inside corner, and he spears it right at the belt. And Andy Fletcher, the plate umpire, says, looks pretty good from here. Grab some pine meat.
Nishioka is flied out and he's bounced out. On the ground to Crawford. Crawford is going to have this one roll up his arm. A run comes in. May have been a tough play to throw out Nishioka. They're going to give Crawford an error.
Well, he knew he had to put hurry on the play because of the speed that Nishioka has. Trying to round into it, and it hits him on the thumb. And that's going to bring out Dave Righetti to talk to Ryan Vogelsong. And I think this is just simply a chance to give him a breather as the inning has run long. Both relief pitchers have stopped throwing. They're good to go. And with Vogelsong at an even 100 pitches on the night, this is simply giving him a breather. And in the meantime, they'll also give him a little bit of a scout report on Tolbert. Matt Tolbert will be the pinch hitter for the Twins. Javier Lopez thinking about one guy, and that's Ben Revere.
Tolbert hitting at 198. Takes this pitch low, and nice job by Eli Whiteside. You have to do whatever you can to keep the guy on first from getting into scoring position.
First pitch curveball. Tolbert spits on it. I don't know too many guys coming off a bench that look for a curveball, so you don't really have to be that fine. You don't have to think below the strike zone that pitch. You got to think in the strike zone.
One ball and one strike. Just off the plate. Little trunk trying to shave that outside corner. It's 2-1.
Paint. Absolute paint. Strike zone is widened up, but he's earned it.
Full count. Runners will be on the move. Now you back up a little bit if you're in the outfield and try to take away those alleys. Young is at second. Nishioka is the runner at first, and it's 3-2. Out of play, and we'll do it again.
Two-seam him outside corner at the knees. Nice job from Tolbert to fight that off and stay alive.
Three and two. Runners go, and the pitch. Swinging a foul, out of play again.
Same pitch, same swing.
Young is at second. Nishioka is at first. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
2
Runners go. Aaron rolling. Side retired. Vogelsong should walk off the mound being very happy. It is 3-1 Giants. To the park today to finally stick his head into our booth.
Yeah, it's good to see him.
Usually he's visiting other booths. Here it's 3-1 in favor of the San Francisco Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. What do we got?
Well, Phil DeMatre is the new pitcher for these Minnesota Twins. You might remember him as he came up with the Pittsburgh Pirates back in the day. And DeMatre is a guy who's going to give you a fastball with 2 and 4 seam grips, good hard curveball, and a changeup. You see low 90s fastballs from DeMatre. DeMatre in his 3rd year out of Bakersfield.
One ball and one strike. And Burris hits one foul out of plate on the right field line.
This is after the inning when Vogelsong was told that, and I'm not sure that he's been told that his night is over. We're assuming it is, but Eli Whiteside right over there to give him a hug. It's always a special bond that pitchers and catchers have during the course of the ball game.
Little flip job down the right field line. Trouble? No.
Giants baseball on Comcast Sports Net Bay Area is brought to you by Wendy's. Try Wendy's new natural cut sea salt fries.
Right now I could go for some.
I want to get that, I want to get that, I want to get that.
Burris, who's taking a long time getting back in.
Look out.
Did I get him on the foot?
Looked like it was right foot, I believe.
Clearly, Demontre didn't like Burris taking his time getting back in.
Look at the right foot. Caught him just as he lifted his foot. And I think it's a good thing that he lifted the foot. I mean, it still hurts, but it hurts a whole lot more if you're planted on the ground. So the Giants get a leadoff runner for free. And that has been the issue about Demontre, is that he has not had great command of his good stuff.
Burris with a very good sized lead. And Sandoval swings and misses.
Had a little greed in that swing. Oh yeah. Came to the ball yard. Got his girlfriend a panda hat. He's got a chance to get a kiss at the front door.
Low to Sandoval. 0 for 3 tonight.
Eye black. Gamer.
One ball and one strike. Burris started to go, and he put on the brakes as this is popped out of play.
Pablo Sandoval's been saying he's been feeling very good at the plate, right-handed. And his dad's going through the signs. I need some garlic fries.
And maybe somebody to pay attention to me.
Hey, Boach, pick Vogie, 2011 All-Star game. Not a bad suggestion.
Could happen.
Absolutely could happen. Friends for life.
Burris put on the brakes as he goes back. Burris hit by a pitch to lead off the 7th. Sandoval, a ball and 2 strikes. Burris goes, throw down to second. Not in time. And while this happened, Sandoval got caught looking.
Fastball right on the inside corner with cut. And Sandoval out, and really a very close play at second base. They may have gotten Emmanuel Burris.
You know, that'd be a hard call for Andy Fletcher to make. Mauer's a big guy, and he got up early.
And when you get up early, oftentimes you'll take away that pitch from your pitcher. So we noticed that the last couple of innings, the strike zone has widened out a little bit. Great jump. Ooh, that's a close play. I think the Giants may have caught a break. I think they got him.
Hoff with a base hit to left field. Here comes Burris, who can low fly. His throw is late, and Hoff with an RBI, and the Giants get that run back.
Well, that's how you take advantage of a good break. Well, Burris steal was a very close play, but Aubrey Huff's the guy that makes him hurt when he goes the opposite way, finds a hole, and it's an easy score for Burris. And that's going to bring out Ron Gardner. He's going to go to his pin.
So Demontre is going to depart. Giants have picked up a run here in the 7th. It's back to a 3-run lead, and we'll be back. Seventh inning. Alex Burnett is the new pitcher.
There you see the numbers for Burnett. Inflated ERA. He's got good stuff. Southern California, out of Westminster, California. He'll give you stuff you normally see from a starter. A fastball, he can 2 and 4 seam. Good hard slider, curveball, and a changeup. But his control of late has been a bit shaky. 10 walks in 19 2/3 innings backs that claim up. But he does have strikeout stuff.
Here's Cody Ross. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Nate Schultz is on deck. Shallow center field. Somebody's going to have to make the catch, and it's Kadire as he jumps over the sliding Casilla. So Ross is retired. And that'll bring up Nate Schultz, and we're going to get another pitching change.
Well, if you got him, use him.
I like Gardenhire. He makes a change and he runs out to the mound. I like that. I like to watch him run, too.
Pretty good try.
It is. Sure holds.
And your new pitcher, Jose Mijares, 26th time he's come in. And again, look at the walks in 17 innings. Lefty's hitting 229 against him. Fastball, slider, but control a little bit of an issue. Native of Caracas, Venezuela.
All right, we got his number 55.
Yep.
One and 0 to Sherholtz. Sherholtz doubled in the 6th. 2-0. Huff at first with 2 outs. A run in for the Giants. Outside, 3-0.
Boy, not close. Four pitches, 4-pitch walk. Thank you very much.
Second walk for Sherholtz tonight. Crawford 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the second. Ricky Ball, 5 in a row out of the strike zone.
I saw what Bauer was thinking. He wasn't close with the slider and the fastball, so he had him throw a curveball. We didn't see that last night. Bauer is pretty much a 2-pitch guy, so he breaks out the big bender, and Bauer's suggestion was throw it to try and get in the strike zone. And as you pointed out, 0 for 5.
Good swing by Crawford, but he misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Off at second, Sherholtz at first. 1 and 2.
They set up a way, and it went up right above his hands on the inside corner, and it turned out to be a perfect pitch location-wise, but it's not the one that Bauer wanted. So Mijares in a 1-2 count, but he really is searching for his command.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants pick up a run. 8th inning coming up.
And you can spend Monday the 4th right here at the ballpark. See the Giants take on the Padres for a special 2 p.m. start. The 4-game series continues Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. All 3 games at night start at 7:15. So plan now. Go to sfgiants.com and get your tickets for the Padres series. And while you're at it, check out the Mets series too. They're coming in right behind the Pods.
4-1 Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. It's Javier Lopez now on the mound.
And there you see the numbers. 3-1, 2.70 ERA. It's the 35th game that he has been in.
Then Revere takes a strike. Taking a lap with Junior. 1 ball and 1 strike. 41,886 tonight. The 33rd sellout of the year. And they're going to say Revere went around 1 and 2.
I'm not sure it wasn't a strike on location either. A Bay Area fan.
Chopper to Huff. Huff will flip it to Lopez. 1 out.
Oh yeah. Smiles around the ballpark. We see it every day.
I'll figure out what is that.
I think it's a margarita.
Well, we're being told in the truck, because they know they drink a lot of it, hot chocolate.
No, I'm going with margarita. That's a hot chocolate margarita.
So you can get that now over at the Gear Deli chocolate place, a margarita.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's what I feel like right now.
Hot chocolate feels pretty good, though.
Yeah, Ghirardelli's hot chocolate's money.
One ball and 1 strike to Casilla. Mauer on deck. Romo in the bullpen. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
About Lopez, you watch him with his entire body of work over the season, and he just doesn't make many mistakes up, and that's the beauty of having a low 3/4 sidearm release. When you miss, you're usually below the zone.
Off the end of the bat, and he flips one into center field for a base hit. And that'll bring up Mauer.
See Sergio Romo, he's thinking about one guy, Michael Kadire.
Mauer is bounced out twice, and Vogelsong got him looking in the 4th. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Two and 0.
Becomes a big pitch.
Got it. Outside corner, 2-1.
So how big can a pitch be when you have a 3-run lead? Well, when you're in this part of the lineup and you're facing a team as confident as the Twins, It's a big pitch. Twins have won 15 out of their last 17 games. You have to believe they're pretty confident still in that dugout despite being down 3 runs.
Boy, Lopez really dropped down, and he got Mauer to take. It's 2-2.
You can go even lower than that with a big crossover step and really sweep a breaking ball wide. And he usually likes to save that for a 2-strike surprise.
And that's a foul ball, but not by much.
Pretty impressive strong front shoulder on that swing by Joe Mauer. You talk about how solid he is to the opposite way. Watch this front shoulder stay in. Head stayed down, ball got deep, and all the classic things that hitting instructors preach to hitters. Employed beautifully in the 2-2 count.
And another 2-2 pitch, and Andy Fletcher flinched.
Say that 3 times fast. Well, he drops down, comes away from the side, and absolutely hits the uprights right between the knees of Eli Whiteside. And Andy Fletcher, he flinched.
Runner goes. Swinging a foul out of play. Good balance in that swing by Joe Mauer.
Well, that's his strength as a hitter. He just has zero give in that front side. Very similar to Todd Helton, first baseman for the Rockies. And he has a great approach against lefties.
Runner goes. Got him. Giants let Casilla go into second.
He just came right at him, and this has taken use of a 3-run lead. A fastball, middle in. He swings right through it, and now it's time for Sergio Romo.
So Bruce Bochy will get the baseball from Lopez. Romo's coming in. It's 4-1 Giants. Pictures of Brian Wilson as he gets ready to possibly come in the game in the 9th inning. Here Romo will face Kadire.
35 strikeouts against 4 walks. I mean, that's the one stat on his stat sheet that just absolutely jumps out at you.
Now the Giants aren't willing really to give a whole lot position-wise to keep Casilla close. Dyer takes a fastball for a strike.
He's up there looking for one thing. He's looking for the no-dot slider. Romo can give you 4 different looks. Fastball, slider, sinker, changeup. And he can be creative with the slider.
Boy, he's yet to have thrown it. It's 0-2.
One as good as his. If you can get to a 2-strike situation without throwing it, you're in the driver's seat. You throw this one, you say to yourself, if I miss, I'm going to miss down below the strike zone or off the plate away, but down.
One and two. One and two to Dyer here in the 8th. Got him. And Romo's hurt. Romo twisted that ankle again. Some of the action here tonight at AT Park. Giants with a 4-1 lead. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Jim Hoey, the new pitcher for the Twins. And this guy is an extremely hard thrower, mid to high 90s with a split, an occasional slider. And he does have a problem with control, but he can run it up there. 8.31 ERA. 28 base runners in 13 innings. That's a lot, but he's got stuff.
Here's Eli Whiteside.
Romo had a little bit of a limp as he was heading back to the Giants training room.
Whiteside chops this one, but Hoey makes a nice play.
Yeah, that's a jump ball, but Hoey's well equipped to jump ball it. He's 6'6". Wilson heads down. He will pitch the ninth.
Here's Pat Burrell. Burrell takes a strike. Burrell last night got into the game as a pinch hitter and had a couple of at-bats. Rowan to follow. One and two.
Good split.
All watching Wilson get loose. Burrell down the right field line. And this is a fair ball off of archway number 1. And Burrell better hustle. And he made it.
And Pat Burrell took a high fastball on the off the plate away. Couldn't even say on the outside corner. And tomahawks it right down the right field line. It was just a matter of whether he was going to be able to beat the throw from Kadire, who's got a very good arm. Kadire played the hop off the wall like he plays here every day. And had there been a little more accuracy on the throw, they'd have had a chance. And a great at bat from Burrell as he puts himself in scoring position.
Andres Torres will pinch run. Rowan is 0 for 3. And a strike at 96.
Think about Hoy's fastball. I mean, it's got high velocity on it. We said mid to high 90s, but it is pretty straight. And good fastball hitters like it. They like straight. They could care less about how much speed's on it.
Nice play. The shortstop Nishioka, and Rowan is thrown out. He can play a little bit.
Yeah, he's got nice hands. He can cover some grounds too. This is not an easy play as he comes in and chokes off a short hop. And once he gets in the glove, everything else is academic. Good pick.
And on the play, Torres goes to third. In the dirt.
Boy, nice play by Joe Mauer. That's not an easy one right there. You get a guy throwing as hard as Hoy, and he wings it out there about 2 feet in front of home plate. You don't know what it's going to do. Nicely done. I mean, he's pretty big body back there blocking balls anyway, but still, you had to be quick in order to get your glove on that one.
1-1 on the fastball to Burris.
I like the target that Joe Mauer gives.
One and two, actually. Andy Fletcher got the count wrong.
He just rung him up on a second strike. I haven't seen this in a while.
Andy.
1-1 count.
All right. Andy, what do you got, baby?
Strike two.
Well, geez, if you do that on strike 2, what the heck are you going to do at strike 3?
Moonwalk. He's going Leslie Nielsen on him.
2-2.
It's hard to hide when you're an umpire.
I would like to see the other 3 like do something like, yo, wave their hands. Hey, it's 3 in this league. Nope, very stoic. Burris slowly hit. Nishioka kicked it. Torres comes in to score.
It'll be interesting to see what they rule on this play.
Well, it affects Wilson.
You know, it's no longer a save situation. There'll be an error on Nishioka. What do you think about the call?
Yeah. He had him.
Well, from an old middle infielder, I take your word for it.
Nishioka yelling immediately, don't give me an error.
Life is tough in the big leagues.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval, a base hit. Burris will race over to third. Well, that's a good at bat for Sandoval. Carry something for him into the ball game tomorrow.
They set up outside. It goes middle in. He just drops the head on 96. His first hit of the night. 1 for 5. That's a big at bat. Sitting on an 0 for 4. You're right. It's a little momentum going into tomorrow's game.
Here's Huff. Huff hits it into center field. Revere back. Revere puts it away. And that'll end the inning. Giants have hit some balls to the warning track, only to be tracked down by Ben Revere. Here comes Wilson. The ninth inning. And here's Wilson. Wilson last pitched Wednesday in Arizona. where he picked up his 20th save. Down the right field line, and this is in the same spot where Burrow's ball went, and Schuerholz will dig it out, but it'll be a double for Delman Young. And here's Valencia.
Last 14 games, 14 1/3 consecutive scoreless. He's allowed a runner in 25 of 33 appearances. He definitely has his own way of getting things done. But I emphasize the 3 words, getting things done.
Two and 0.
Many times you've seen him come into an inning, the first couple of fastballs he throws are like 92, 93, and by the time the inning's over, he's throwing 96, 97.
Off of Valencia's foot, it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
That one hurt him. Right off the big toe on his left foot. Partner. Yep.
I can feel it up here.
I saw you cringe.
Sandoval from deep third. 1 out. Here's Luke Hughes. Look out. Here's Hughes. Has to get out of the way. 1 ball and no strikes. In tight, 2-0.
Cutter, then a 2-seam fastball. 2-seam fastball has become really a good pitch for him. And he throws it to lefties and righties. It's almost like when he learned the new pitch, he really figured out how to use it, which isn't always the case. Some guys get new pitches and they warm up as to how good the pitch can be for them, how many different looks it can give a hitter in different situations.
Well, Hughes draws a walk.
A full pitch walk.
Here's Nishioka. Nishioka 0 for 3. Swing. Gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike.
And that's the 2-seam pitch at 94 miles per hour. And the pitch that he didn't even have in spring training. It's a pitch that he picked up along the way during the season. And not only can he get swing throughs with it, he can get ground balls with it.
Just a little high.
Perkins, the lefty, heading down.
Not close. It is, remember I said it, Wednesday was the last time Wilson has pitched, and from time to time, if he's off for a while, it'll take him a little bit of time on the mound to get back into the groove. And, you know, it always helps to have a little bit of an adrenaline deal going, and he may end up having some adrenaline here. 2 balls and 1 strike. Into center field, right at Rowan, and Rowan will put it away. Tusoni is going to hit. Rene Tusoni hitting at 190. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Backdoor cut. Everything he's thrown has been up. He has not established knee-high control tonight.
Nothing in 2.
That was knee-high. 2 pitches, 2 cuts.
Tusoni started to go, but held up. It's 1-2.
Tried to elevate with a 4-seam fastball right above the letters. And Tusoni just did hold back. Close. Very close. Tried to cut him on the outside corner. He wanted it.
Aaron Rowan will track this one down. And that's the ball game. And game 2 in this series goes to the Giants. Behind Ryan Vogelsong. And a big day at the plate for Eli Whiteside. And the bullpen once again comes through. Nice clean game for the Giants.
Well, and the 5-game losing streak is over. And Ryan Vogelsong's story continues. And tonight he was never better. With great command of both sides of the plate with that fastball, he really did the one thing that he needed to do. And that was put some zeros up on the board to let his offense relax. And they responded very well.
So in front of a sellout crowd tonight, the Giants win this one by a final of 5-1. Esurance postgame live with interviews and the Raptors coming up at first. Let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.